All right, welcome back. So, it is just after 2000 hours. So, it's 2011, not the year, the date, time, and it's Wednesday evening. So, I have movie reviews, two of them. We got 2006's Superman Returns and 1997's Spawn, the director's cut. So, let's get into Spawn first. Now, this is the old school DVD side clip, which I miss and love, and I'm glad I own it. See, you got Spawn on the spine if it focuses, sort of. So this opens up, and we have it's double sided. This side's the movie. Trying to flip this shit around. Other side is special features. So I don't feel like showing that because it irritates the hell out of me. That glare. So here is a little side note from Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn. And this opens up again to show Spawn and his glorious cape. And we have the amazing chapter index and the special features list, which includes commentaries, making a featurette, sketch gallery with over 200 original concept illustrations. Those are fucking amazing. I looked at some of them. 5 scene to storyboard comparisons, 3 original, never before seen sketches. Those are pretty cool. Filter and Crystal Method music video from the soundtrack, preview of the animated series, the theatrical trailer, and biographies. So, and then there's a special thanks to everybody involved. So, if you've never, ever seen Spawn, you are missing out on some good shit. I know a lot of people don't like this movie because the CGI, the special effects and shit are bad. But this movie, for me, it's aged really good, and that's the same way I feel about Superman Returns as well. So with Spawn, if you have read the comics from start to right now, from literally 92 till now, you know what he's about. If you haven't, I'll give you a little crash course. So, Spawn, aka Al Simmons, was betrayed by Jason Wynn, set up, and killed. He goes to hell, becomes leader of Malebolgia's armies to get back to his loving wife, Wanda. Hence why he screams, Wanda! All the time. He's like a Pokemon. Seriously. It's you imagine that shit in Pokemon. Like, I choose you, Spawn! Wanda! Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah, all his attacks will be Wanda yelled in different tones of voice and shit. So, anyway. There we go. Yeah, so he comes back. He's been dead for 5 years. Or no, was it 5 years? Yeah, it was 5. No. That was Superman. My bad. He was gone for a long time. And he comes back. And his life is upside down. His loving wife, Wanda, is now married to his best friend, Terry. And he doesn't remember anything until his mind is jump-started by Clown, also known as Violator. And, you know, he rejects Malebolgia, all that shit, and he wages his one-man war against Malebolgia, all that good shit. And there's tons of storylines with him as well. But that's the premise of this movie. That's what's the whole premise of this. Plus you have Cagliostro. And yeah, it's basically Spawn versus Jason Wynn in this, and it's really amazing. For me, definitely a solid 11 out of 10, easily. I know I say that about a lot of films, but for me, like I've said before, even in my video introductions, the introduction for this playlist. I don't go by Rotten Tomatoes. I don't go by other websites. I formulate my own goddamn opinion. If I see gold, I call it gold, and that's what this is. Why is this a golden film? The story, the characters, plus he had this set up for a sequel. How do I know this? Because there are two awesome cameos in this. Jesus Christ. People fucking speeding. There's two awesome cameos. Angela is in this. Oh, yes. It's a very small couple seconds on screen, but she's in it. It's during the dinner party. And then at the end, you get to see Sam and Twitch. Sam and Twitch are the detectives that are in the animated series of Spawn. Angela is also in the animated series as well. Sam and Twitch are the ones arresting Jason Wynn. And man, I literally screamed joy. I screamed with such joy seeing that shit. I was so happy. He had that shit set up for a sequel, which would have been really nice to have seen Angela on the big screen, especially at this point in time with the 90s. It took him 5 years to bring the first film to life. If it had a better reception, it would have gotten more traction for a sequel, which would have been in like the 2000s. Which would have been smart too, because that would have been during the boom of, comic book films starting up, which would have been really awesome. I mean, comic book films have been around for, a while. There's been, sporadic ones over the years, but it never, took on a driving force and shit. You know what I mean? But with this would have been nice. Because Spawn isn't about, being the hero and shit. He's more anti-hero, and he's just about getting revenge and shit. And his story and backdrop are gritty, dark, and pretty bleak, honestly. Like he's struggling. He has to accept the fact that, he doesn't have his wife anymore, doesn't have his kid anymore, doesn't have his friends anymore. He's by himself. He has to rely on himself and maybe a thread of trust with others that come into his life. And where he takes up residence is an alley, rat alley. Pretty bleak, man. And it makes him much more. He's a more grounded hero than today's setup, which I like. I love a grounded hero that isn't, all gloss and glamour and shit. I like that a lot. So, yeah, if you get a chance, definitely check out Spawn. It's worth a rewatch. It really, really is. You might not like it, but dude, it is so worth it. And to have comic accuracy in this, dude, that's epic. The only thing that was changed in this was the agency name and Jessica Priest. That I remember. There's only two things that were changed because I forget the original company name, and then Jessica Priest was replaced. She was the replacement for Chapel. And that, I don't really have an issue with that. It's not a really big deal to me. But to see Chapel, though, like, dude, that would have been epic. I did enjoy the animated series of Spawn. I have done a review on that, I think. If I haven't, I will dig that bitch out and we'll do a review on that shit. Because, that's another good one. That's a whole nother separate video by itself. So, that's Spawn. I love Spawn. Spawn is one of my top favorite heroes. All time. Top favorites. Next to Superman. So, Superman Returns. This came with a embossed slipcover. And disc 1 is in my Xbox right now. I need to get it out. So you have the movie and disc 2 has special features. 3 hours of exclusive in-depth docs. Where else do we have? And 10 additional scenes, apparently. So, that's what you get in this. Now, sadly, I was watching this, and all of a sudden, 77 minutes in, it stopped. It froze. I don't know why. The disc was completely clean. Like, what the fuck? So, there's this little insert for $10 back when you buy these two together, which that's kind of cheap. And it expired 13 years ago. So, oh well, that ain't gonna work. So, Superman Returns, there's disc 2. It's got Lex on the front. So, Superman Returns takes place 5 years after Superman left Earth in search of his home planet Krypton. And he comes back, everything has changed, similar to Spawn! Oh, ain't that some shit? Only it's been 5 years, okay? If you've never seen this, you should check this out. So, it's been 5 years, he comes back, Lois is married, has a kid. The kid is his, which really, I forgot all about that shit. He didn't find his home world. He didn't find anything of it. You know, it's a much darker take on Superman versus, well, yeah, it is a darker take. It's the start of the hiccups. It's the start of the DC dark era of films, basically. It's the live action dark entry, yeah. That's it. Can't get my words out, I'm tongue tied. I do love, who did I love the most in this? Definitely Kevin Spacey. Like, he really does a good Lex Luthor. Like, he was born for the fucking role. And I remember he was nervous about shaving his head and going bald, but he finally got into the role and really enjoyed that. So yeah, this is good shit. And Lex definitely, yeah, Lex wants to, take over the fucking world like always. And the story for this is so dark because he points out that since Superman created the Fortress of Solitude, two land masses can't occupy the same space. That's, that's basic science. Two masses can't occupy the same space, so one will take over the other. And, he went and made his own landmass of kryptonite. And, oh my god, that shit was crazy. And just how cold and methodical he was about that, just, it blows me away because it was so good. I know a lot of people hate this movie because of this costume, or no, the suit, and how it's a homage to Christopher Reeve. What else did they hate? They didn't like Brandon Roth as Superman. I remember that shit. I think that's kind of funny because everybody's so fucking picky about shit. I'm like, you want a Superman, then put the suit on yourself. Oh, it won't fit me. Like, shut the fuck up. Easy as pie. Shut the fuck up. Don't be such a whiny little bitch about it. Write your own fanfic. People said the same thing back then about Michael Keaton playing Batman, and look how iconic that shit became. Let's see. What else was there? I do like the mythos. That's what I was thinking of. The mythos with the Superman's crystals. I like how one little sliver, little itty bitty sliver, made a giant fucking crystal underground and literally shorted out the whole power grid. A little ass sliver, just little ass like splinter, a little tiny little thing, did all that. That's crazy. And the fact that that Superman could lift the entire island of kryptonite while still wounded. That was impressive. Like, it goes to show that, some films they'll showcase his true strength, while others just focus on it being a slugfest. And that's something that I really wish more films would do, showcase powers a lot more. And, it's hard to do that. Even comics have a hard time doing that in some instances. Like with Spawn's powers. Now, I haven't read everything Spawn, but from what I have read and seen, it does a good job. They do a great job of showcasing powers. All of them do, but sometimes it's hard to translate comics to film, and that's been proven a lot. Civil War, anybody? God, what a nightmare. Um, what else was there? I think that was it. I did like how they were going to do a sequel to this. I remember that. And I was excited for this back 14 years ago. Because I would have loved to seen a sequel that had, Jason taking on the mantle of Superboy or Superman. Like, keep the hair, all that shit. Like, that was amazing. Um, but they didn't go with that, so I don't know. Also, James Marsden is in this, and he plays Richard. I wish, like, watching him in this made me realize that he could play a damn near flawless Hank Henshaw, also known as Cyborg Superman. He had, like, I don't know how he got passed up for Superman over the years. I really don't know that. I don't get that. Like, he could play Superman. Like, he has the attitude for it, he has the stature for it, and, like, in my mind, like, I see him as Cyborg Superman. Like, he's got that, attitude, he has the charisma for it, and the capability to go that far. I think he does. But, yeah. So, and I wish this was rated R, honestly. Like, shit. But, oh well. So, that was Spawn and Superman Returns. So, which one of these is the best out of, which one's the better one? That's a tough choice for me. Like, shit. Because to me, they're equal. Because they both give amazing displays of characters that are beloved and well known. Spawn, not so much, because a lot of people think he's Marvel. I don't know why. That's so dumb. And there's that one motherfucker who thinks who won't accept him because they won't accept him because they won't accept him as a black superhero because he's not Marvel. Faggot. Whatever. He's Image, for Christ's sake. So, I'm going to give it to Spawn. Because, one, this is a comic accurate film. Minus 2 changes. But the fact that you got Angela and Sam and Twitch in this, like, that's a winner in my book. I love this, but give it to that. So, if you don't like DC and Image, these aren't going to be up your alley. And they're not your cups of tea. So, if you hate the casting, sorry, I don't tell you. If you don't like black heroes, you might be a racist. If you don't like black heroes because they're not Marvel or DC or Dark Horse, it's not for you. If you don't like Brandon Roth as Superman, you won't enjoy this. These have aged good. in my opinion. Like, check them out again. You know, they're worth. This is on Netflix. This is on demand somewhere. I don't know. I'm glad I own these. This I'm gonna replace because I'm not gonna fight the DVD disc anymore. I'm just gonna get the Blu-ray of it. Um, if you don't like Superman mythos reboots, you won't enjoy this. If you aren't into dark, both of these are dark. If you're not into dark superhero stories or whatever, you won't enjoy these. If you don't like Todd McFarlane, if you don't like Bryan Singer, for whatever reason, they didn't shake your hand at a con, they didn't say hi to you on social media, they didn't smile at you the right way, they wore the wrong outfit on the day that you were having a great day because you got head from your best friend or whatever, or you fucked that bitch that was so cool and shit, or you finally decided to cave in and scissor with your cousin because you were so horny. Well, you won't like this, you might like this. Yeah, I go out there because everybody's got that weird fucking perk shit. So, anyway, try these out, see if you like them. If not, totally understand. Check your library. Shit, if your library's got them, you'll be okay. Um, well, maybe, I don't know. That's the thing with these discs. Yeah. These discs, though, because you rent these from the library and they're scratched to fuck, so there you go. Oh well. So, anyway, that's what I got. So, till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.